what is the lawyer's role in these processes? Mediation, conciliation, early mutual evaluation. Where does the lawyer fit in?
Most of the disputes which are going to go through these processes are going to be legal disputes.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think of the lawyer as the gatekeeper of the dispute. So whether it goes to court, to mediation, arbitration, whatever the form of resolution, that's under the lawyer's control in terms of the recommendations and advice they will give to the client. So that's the first principle, is that the lawyer is going to be responsible for advising the client what's the best way to resolve this particular dispute, which are the different tools should they pull out of the toolbox. And then, having made that recommendation, the lawyer will need to guide the client through the process. With sophisticated clients who have a book of litigation, they'll be familiar with it.
Okay.
But in a lot of cases, the clients won't have had any experience of the process. And so the lawyer has a very important role in helping the client. I have to say some lawyers are very controlling and don't like to let their client get too involved. So they kind of hog the ground and try and keep the client quiet. But a good mediator's job is to make sure that the client gets an opportunity to say what their concerns are, because that may be actually terribly important to unlocking the dispute, because there will be lots of issues involved, not just legal issues.
Okay.
So the lawyer needs to guide the client through it, needs to work out a strategy as to how to cope with the different issues which are going to be raised during the day, how they're going to make concessions and what type of concessions they will make, and to plan so far as they can as to the strategy that their opponent is likely to take as well. So it's a very intense process for the lawyers and the clients.
Okay. And it sounds to me like it's a bit of a mindset shift, really, for the lawyer, from a position where they're really, advising and recommending and directing, to a process based on the self-determination of the parties, particularly when you're talking about mediation, that the lawyer then has to balance their role in advising with recognizing that it is for the parties to determine the outcome. That's quite challenging, I think, at times.
For sure. The foundation of that is really training in negotiation.
Okay.
And most law schools these days do include some training.
Yes.
But in order to be confident in advising the client how to deal with the situation, it's really helpful to have a good foundation in the basic concepts of negotiation.
And of course the different ADR processes.
And the ADR processes, of course.